Hi, my name is Adrienne Oliver. I'm with Remax Universal. Wanted to talk to you today about buying a home during a recession. So, a lot of us are in the middle of this pandemic. I have several people in my life that have already lost their jobs or are in furlough or something of that nature. So, the housing market during a recession, what some strategies are, those kind of things is what I'll be talking about today. So, recessions and home prices falling aren't anything new. Housing prices took a nosedive during the Great Depression in 1929. In hindsight, housing recession wasn't really a good time to buy real estate in the short term because it lasted 10 years. But all recessions, since they have lasted an average of 11 months. So if you look at all the recessions throughout the US economy, they're usually about 11 months long. Many of them shared the same falling stock prices they're seeing. They had high interest rates, high unemployment rates, loss of consumer confidence. But in fact, they were all a good time to buy real estate. And in fact, that's actually when I personally started being heavy into the landlord business, was during the last housing recession. So let's look today about the pros and cons, right? So buying homes, it is not really a question about how low the prices can go. It's about how much real estate you can afford to buy before the prices go back up. Right? So getting a good price is just as important as holding on to and writing it out, but you should make an honest appraisal of your own financial circumstances as well as recessions that just don't affect homeowners, right? Ask yourself if you can comfortably be sure that you won't lose your job anytime soon or that your business will continue to thrive in the current economy, and be honest with your answer. Don't try to get the rock bottom of the market. Prices will already be on the upswing by the time that you've realized they've hit rock bottom. So real estate in itself moves in cycles. So there are two pros I'm going to share with you. So it's easier to counteroffer formerly high prices, right? So people are willing to deal more in a recession. So you can get a better deal. They're not going to be as insulted with that lowball offer, right? That's one of the pros. The other thing is you can get a few extras in the sale. So I bought a home during the last recession. I was able to get the refrigerator included, the washer and dryer. I think I even got some lawn furniture, some mounted TVs, a bunch of just other stuff. So those are the pros. You can get some extra. There's some cons to this market. Sometimes when people don't have enough money, they may require extensive repairs, right? Because they're not able to make those repairs. You're also going to look at locations, right? So you have to be very careful with your locations. You could buy possibly in a poor location because locations will change a lot during a recession, right? And then also the other thing with these particular properties is they might be stripped of valuable fixtures. So, for instance, not that my mom is selling her home, but my mom has a very expensive crystal chandelier in her home. It's beautiful. She would never include it in the home of her sale if she sold her home, right? But, for instance, things like that will probably be stripped down in a recession. Anything that they can sell and make good money on outside of that, they probably will. So you have to take advantage of buying. It's not unusual for sellers to price their home too high during a depressed market. They might be in a state of denial. So there's nothing stopping you from offering a more realistic price based on the market. It might warrant a second look. If you've had your eye on a house that you really want and it's really too high, the seller might be ready to agree to that price reduction because their house has been stuck on the market for several months. You might be able to include a few extras on the sale of that not desperate owner that you're partnering with. Maybe the riding lawnmower in their garage. So the seller's economic misfortune might be your gain. You can also try to negotiate closing costs. Okay, so drawbacks to buying in a housing recession. Not every home you spot for sale will be a good deal. Some may require repairs, some might be located in the wrong neighborhood. The key to buying a home is always location. That's basically what realtors do, right? So if you have questions specifically about that, let me know. Fixtures aren't considered real estate because they're not part of the personal property. So some desperate, hard-pressed homeowners are going to smash the walls to rip out the wiring or the copper pipes and sell them for scrap. That sometimes happens during a housing recession. I haven't seen any of that in Houston, But some of the lowest priced homes will also require repairs. You should be able to make the difference between major rehab and a home that just requires small repairs and cosmetic fixes. If you can't hire a good inspector to do it for you, I have several. You might also be able to talk about foreclosures, short sales on REOs. They usually are all over the place in a bad economy, right? Or a poor economy. Mortgages defaults affect home values, so oftentimes nearby homes can feel those effects of foreclosure. If you want to understand the differences in these types of transactions, they are very different than what you normally do. So I've done a couple of them in my past history. I would be happy to help you navigate the short sale and all of those things. The other thing that you have to worry about in a kind of poor economy is going to be a title search. Don't neglect your title search. So sometimes people are underwater on their property, so they have liens, they have all these other things. So we want to make sure that we clear all of those, we keep an extra eye on those. The other thing that you want to do is you want to compare mortgage lenders, right? Mortgage lenders will be jumping at the teeth for your business at this point. Right now we have a lot of refis, but that could possibly change. So those are some things that you need to worry about and kind of what to be aware of when you're buying during a housing recession. If you have any questions about this or any other topic here, a real estate topic generally or in the Houston Metro, I'd be happy to help you. My name is Adrienne Oliver and I'm with RE/MAX Universal. Thank you. Make a great day.